Hi there and welcome back to my channel, the best place to build a life and business you love simply because you can. My name is Victoria, and in this video, I want to talk about something really important. What to do when you feel like quitting. Because sometimes life can just be so overwhelming. Life can just be so daunting. We can't last another minute. We can't take this another day. But guess what? Sometimes when it feels like that, that is the time we have to push through the most. And this video was inspired by, yesterday I took my son for his soccer practice. So he goes to soccer practice every Wednesdays and Saturdays. So yesterday was Wednesday and I took him for his soccer practice. And as he was playing, I was just looking at him and he has improved so much from when he started. And I remember the very first day that he went to soccer practice, the very first day. I don't think it was the best of climates to take him to practice that day because it was windy, it was raining, it was cloudy when we got there. And I was just like, okay, maybe it wouldn't rain. But as soon as they got on the pitch and started to practice, it started to rain. Now, my son couldn't take it anymore. He literally ran off the pitch crying, saying, "Mommy, I am tired. I don't want this. It's too cold. I want to go home." And the motherly instinct in me, the first reaction was, okay, let me just, scoop him up in my arms, put him in the car, drive him home, give him a hot bath, give him some food, and that's it, call it a day. But I did not do that. Why? Because it wouldn't have helped him. I loved him too much. I love him too much to let one windy day crush his potential of becoming a great soccer player. Now, why do I tell you this story? There are times in our lives when or in your business, when you're just starting out a business, where it seems so hard, like nobody seems to be noticing what you're doing. You don't even know what you're doing, right? And you feel like this is just too much. This is too hard. That day is a windy day. Because guess what? The sun will shine again tomorrow. The sun is going to come up and shine again tomorrow. And we cannot let one windy day put a stop into the life that we know we can create for ourselves. The life and the business that we know is the ticket to our freedom out of the rat race, right? Now, so I just looked at my son yesterday and he was playing so well, had good control of the ball. And I was like, progress does matter, not perfection. The first day, it was horrible. The weather was bad. He cried. He didn't even play very well. But there's just something about showing up consistently that makes you become better. And when you become better, you become more confident. So here's what I want you to do. Whenever you feel like quitting, you need to ask yourself certain questions. 1, am I quitting this because it feels hard or because I genuinely do not enjoy this? Because chances are, if it's the first time you're engaging in a new activity, it's gonna suck. You don't know what you're doing. So it's gonna feel hard. It's gonna feel like, you just want to quit. You just want to drop it because especially if you're a type A personality like me, we just overestimate our abilities sometimes. Like, oh, heck, I got this. I can do this. Like, oh, this is a piece of cake. Even before engaging in that activity. I remember when I started out in my online business, right? I saw coaches selling online courses. I'm like, really? People are making money from just creating courses and selling courses? I got this. I can do this. I seriously underestimated the amount of work that went into creating and selling marketing programs online. It seems easy because people just show you the Lamborghinis, the jets, the vacations, the private, beaches and things like that. And you think it's a walk in the park, but trust me, it's not. By the time I actually got in the trenches and started to do it, I was like, whew, what have I got myself into? But now there are 2 types of hard things that I want you to recognize. There's the hard things that seem hard from things you thoroughly do not enjoy, that suck the passion, that suck the soul out of you. 2, there's a hard thing that is hard because you don't know what you're doing, but you believe in your heart that this is really where you want to take your future. This is how you want to navigate your life, but it's just hard because you don't know how. That's where I come in. That's where I come in. I created a program to help you create and launch your offers and sell it profitably online without the headache, because I've been through that headache and I know the path to follow to ease that up a little bit for you. If you're interested in finding more about that, head on to our website at academy.org and watch the free training there. If you like what you see, feel free to click on the link there to take the next steps. Now, back to the video. The first thing you want to do is you want to identify what kind of hard am I dealing with. Am I dealing with I don't like it, soul sucking kind of hard? Or am I dealing with it's hard because I know I can do better, but it's just a new activity that I'm engaging in? So point number one. Point number two is you need to find a cheerleader. It could be a coach, it could be a mentor, it could be somebody you trust, a spouse, a relative, brother, sister, friend, someone that you trust that can encourage you along the journey. It is difficult sometimes when we go through these things by ourselves. And if you're anything like me, you are often surrounded with people who don't get the vision. So you can't even get that encouragement you need from around your immediate environment. For someone like me, I had to step out of my immediate environment. I had to go look for people who were trying to do similar things or who had done what I was trying to do and hire them as coaches. I had to do that because it was better for me to immerse myself in that environment to help my mind see that it is possible. It is just a hard thing because I don't know how to do it. So I got the knowledge that I needed. I got myself around people who had done what I was trying to do or were in the process as well, and that was where I was able to get the feel and the encouragement I needed to keep on going. So point number one is you need to first of all identify what kind of hard is this. Is it hard that's soul sucking, or is it hard because it's something I really want to do but don't know how? Two, you need to find a coach and a mentor that can help you see that vision clearly and keep you accountable. Point number three, get whatever you need. In that case, when my son cried and said, it's too hard, I can't do this, mommy, I want to go home, I hugged him, put a jacket on him, and sent him right back to the pitch, even though that was entirely against what my maternal instinct was telling me to just, scoop him up in an embrace and take him home. I didn't do that because I know deep down that it's not good for you. Now, you need to get whatever it is you need to stand that storm. If you have identified that it is something that it is the kind of hard that you can deal with because it is profitable for you in the future, yes, you need to find a jacket, someone to put their arms around you, whatever it is you need to get through that day, because the sun is going to shine the next day. And point number four, you need to sit down and write out the things that seem hard, the triggers for you thinking about quitting in the first place. In my case, when I thought of quitting when I started my business, was I was trying to build myself a website, right? And I sat there frustrated, watching YouTube videos after YouTube videos after YouTube videos, trying to piece together this WordPress thing. And I was like, you know what? I've had enough. I quit. This is not for me. But guess what? You can run an online business without having a WordPress website. So you need to first of all write down the things, the activities that are hard, that are triggering you towards that notion of quitting, right? Obviously, you've identified if this is the kind of hard that you want to deal with, right? And then you sit down and then you write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are the things that you're doing that is constantly putting you in that corner or bringing up those thoughts of quitting in your mind? In my case, it was the tech. It was building a WordPress. I'm like, if I really need to do this to create a business online, I don't know how to do it. Guess what? If you don't know how to do it, somebody else knows how to do it. This is where you outsource your weaknesses. You outsource your limitations to people who have those limitations as their strengths, because chances are you are great at something that somebody else isn't. In my case, I'm great at teaching. I'm great at connecting with people. I'm great at inspiring people to see the big picture, to see the vision, right? I am great at things like that. When it comes to the tech and the WordPress and things like that, that's not my forte, and that's totally fine. I have been able to build a business without any WordPress, whatever. Okay. And because I was able to go get the resources, I found someone to build the website for me after a while. That was not enough for me to quit. I just needed to outsource it. So that's the next point, is you need to find someone who has your limitations as strengths and outsource it. Okay. And you may not have the money to actually outsource when you're getting started. The next point you want to think about is this truly important? Is this going to really move the needle in my life and my business? In my case, when I asked myself that question, the answer was no. I did not need a WordPress website to actually get started or get clients. There were other ways I went around, doing that without having a website. And in today's world, there's so many platforms that you can use for free without having to spend hours on the tech, giving yourself the headache of trying to create this fancy schmancy website. Okay. Now, let me know in the comments below. Which of these tips are you going to be implementing? And have you ever had a time where you really wanted to quit but didn't? Or have you quit something that was soul sucking? I've done that many times, okay? And that's okay. Have you quit something that was soul sucking, and how did you feel after you quit? Let me know in the comments below and let's continue this conversation. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.